Hey guys, it's Mitch here. Welcome back to my channel. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the sunroom. Lots of things are flowering and starting to grow. The days are getting longer now as we're rounding the corner into springtime, even though, as you can see, we did get some snow, so it was kind of snowy out there. But I saw my beautiful Epiphyllum anguliger in the sunshine, and I thought it would be a good time to film a video about this plant. Now, Epiphyllum anguliger has a lot of names. It's also known as the zigzag cactus, fishtail cactus, rickrack cactus, and also Disocactus anguliger. They're all the same plant. There's just a lot of names. I don't know why people do that, where they just, there's a bunch of common names. It used to be under the genus Epiphyllum. Now they've moved it into Disocactus. So they're all the same plant. They all, any information that you find should list all those names, but they're pretty easy to grow. I like growing them because they're similar to my Epiphyllum that I love to grow and that bloom for me every year. If you haven't seen any of those videos, I'll link them down below, but those are some of my favorite plants, especially my pink one. So when I saw one of these last year, I had to buy it just because it has really beautiful blooms too and needs very similar conditions. I grow this in a sunny window. As you can see, it gets a few hours of sunshine. Right now it's getting some nice southeasterly sun in the morning. That's about all it gets in the winter time. I grow it the same as my Epiphyllum in that I put it outside in the summer, although this one I do grow it much more shady. And just like my Epiphyllum, I keep it nicely well watered. You can see lots of nice new growths coming out. And this species of cactus from Mexico blooms in the late summer, early fall. The only thing with this plant that's different than Epiphyllum in terms of blooming is that it needs to be a bit more mature before it sends out flower buds. So you have to be patient and wait. I was reading that it can be up to 6 years for this plant to bloom. So if you're just buying one little cutting, like I've seen a lot of places sell little cuttings like that, you can wait quite a long time for this plant to establish itself and be old enough to flower. If you do grow it outside, keep it in the shade, keep it well watered. If you grow it in the house, give it some nice morning sunshine, maybe a little early afternoon sun, but nothing too much where it's gonna burn. If you want it to bloom, then in the late summer, early fall, you got to give it some cooler temperatures, like around 10 degrees, and let it dry out just a little bit more than normal. It needs that seasonal variability, similar to the Epiphyllum Orchid Cactus. And if you want to watch my video on how to get that one to flower, I'll link it down below, but this is sort of similar. You need to give it a seasonal transition where it gets cool days, cool nights and warm days. Keep it a little drier during this time. You can give it a little bit more light at this time, but don't let it get super warm or super dry. Anyway, it's quite pretty. You can see I have it growing on a railing here, and it does send out these nice long branches, and as they get longer they flop down and dangle, and even the ones that dangle send out these nice little new shoots. It's very easy to propagate too. If you do want to propagate it, you can just trim these off or cut them off at the ground, and you can propagate them similarly to how I propagate my Epiphyllum. I'll link that video down below too, because it shows you how all the different ways that you can propagate Epiphyllum. And I've propagated this all those ways too, in water, in earth, or just sticking them into the ground there. Anyway, it's a very cool cactus. I love the leaves, and it is very easy to grow. If you haven't seen it around, it's very well worth your time. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment down below, and I'll see you next time.